Hi, everybody. Thank you for coming and thank you for waiting. I am so sorry. I want to apologize to all you guys that was waiting here. For some reason, I used an old thumbnail. I put the time down right, I think, but I changed everything on it. I wanted to keep the picture and I must not have changed the times right. I've been so busy this week. I don't know how I'm keeping anything straight. So I am so sorry, you guys. Thank you for being here. Also, we almost canceled the show. I called Arthur in tears. I couldn't find my dog. I looked everywhere. I was screaming. I was going upstairs, downstairs, all over the place. And, then I got in my car about 6 o'clock. I've been driving all over the neighborhood trying to find my dog, had the neighbors looking, and finally come in the house and see if my husband found her. She was sleeping in the closet. She come out of the closet and just looked at me like, "What's wrong? Why are you yelling?" I think she heard us yelling at that point and thought she was in trouble and then was afraid to come out of the closet. So I am so grateful I found her. We almost had to cancel. So thank you for being here. And thanks, Arthur, for being here. I have not seen you in a while and I've missed you.
Well, when you called and said, my doggy's gone, I said, you're going to find her real soon. Now, in the closet, she came.
Yeah, he goes, I called him crying. He goes, you'll find her, you'll find her. And I was so worried because it's dark here now. And I thought, well, did I let her out? Don't I remember? She's a digger. Did she dig under the fence? And as soon as he said, you'll find her, she comes out of the closet and just looks at me. And I'm like, so yeah. So Dale's got her in bed with him, cuddling with her. She just looked like she thought she was in big trouble, but that's why she didn't want to come, I think. So anyway, guys, thank you for being here. What we're going to do is we're going to do some political questions for you guys. I've got some written down, but I want you to go ahead and write down in capital letters what they are, what your questions are, and we'll try to answer what we can. I've been pretty busy lately. If you guys don't know, I started you knew about this too, didn't I? That manifest oil business. Me and my friend PD, while I'm waiting for you to get your questions up, we started a manifest oil business, and they're manifesting oil, see, like this. And they have little crystals in them. Like this is the rose quartz for love. This is for grounding. It's the red jasper. And they have oils in them that are made by root workers that we mix together to make manifestation oil. And they help you to manifest things between the crystals and the oils, and my intentions and your intentions when you get them, and visualization. So anyway, we sold out. I had a show a couple of days ago and we restocked and we sold out of everything. So we now have 3 bottles of love oil left, you guys. It's for self-love and for drawing love. And we have some sweet dream oil. And I'll tell you about that later. But it's for that's a brand new one. It's for visions, and it helps induce prophetic dreams and clairvoyant visions, helps with promotes peaceful sleep, strengthens ability to connect with your third eye, stimulates intuition, wisdom. Calming oils were added to help release tension, stress, and help with relaxation. I might as well read it since I got it here. And it quiets your mind to help you ground and focus. It promotes a peaceful environment to help you sleep, and may help with astral projection and meditation. And it has in it, some of the ingredients are rose, chamomile, sandalwood, thyme, cinnamon, sage, lavender. And we put it in with green prehnite. This is our new one. And I'm going to do this quick little commercial here. And the reason we put it with that is it's a good stone to keep in the bedroom because it heals the heart chakra while you sleep. And it's considered the stone of dreaming. And it's believed to increase the power of the dream state, strengthens lucid dreaming, and it promotes communication with other planes of existence. It also is considered the stone of prophecy, with long use by indigenous people in South Africa. Prehnite offers protection from fear, worry, and anxiety by imbuing the wearer with a sense of deep peace and whole body serenity. And it's a protective stone, and it's known as the stone of prophecy. It's beneficial for spiritual communication through meditation, visualization, astral projection, and a very powerful dream stone. So, phew. So that's all I had to tell you about that. I wanted to get that out. It's a brand new one. We're proud of it. And we're coming out with another new one Wednesday. And I thank you for all of you that have been getting them and telling me you love them. And I appreciate you guys. I appreciate all you guys so much. So what you been doing, Arthur?
First, I'm
Now
gonna
that I got that.
first, I'm going to make a suggestion.
Hmm.
While you use your oils to manifest, listen to some of the guided meditations I have, which will go hand in hand with them.
Well, that's a good idea. Well,
Like
you know, that dream, I
the
think I might
clairvoyant,
do that.
like the
I'll use my
clairvoyant one. You listen while you put that on. Listen to awaken intuition, and that helps you open your third eye.
That's a good idea because I have psychic
Yeah.
enhancement oil. We're out, but I'm going to restock. And I have the dream oil for astral protection and lucid dreaming. I can't speak,
Then I
but
have one success and abundance while sleeping.
yeah, I'm going to use that with your,
you know,
because you have the best videos or audios, whatever you want to call
guided
them, for
meditation.
relaxation, guided meditation. I can never get it out of my mouth. I always want to say something else, but they are really great. And your voice is so relaxing. It's like, I was so worried about the dog. And then I called him and he had me, he's like, breathe in, breathe out, hold your hand on your heart. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. And I threw some healing energy your way too.
So what have you been up to?
5'8". No.
You're shorter than me. I'm 5'9". Haha. Oh, I don't have glasses. Oh yeah, I do.
Well, I have to tell you, I was supposed to do a guided meditation. I'm late on a guided meditation, but I had a solo show I wanted to put up on Friday, and then I watched it, and it was not that great. I mean, I was not happy with the outcome, and I wasn't my happy giddy self. It was just an edge to it. So I figured Saturday I'll edit it.
Mm-hmm.
So
I don't know how to do that.
So I started looking on Saturday, and then I had clients, and I said, "I'll do this Sunday." And Sunday came around, and I had what I call a peppermint patty day, and I put a picture of peppermint patties. Anyone that doesn't know, when I get a migraine, I take peppermint patties out of the freezer because the peppermint helps with my migraines. But then I just
peppermint and chocolate.
Diabetes, what's that? So anyway, so tonight after this show, I'm finishing the editing, so it'll go up after this show. And then tomorrow I'm doing Aloha Tuesday with Mel. We're doing Tuesdays together, Aloha Tuesday.
I seen that.
Then I'm doing Voices or Drain the Swamp next Monday.
Voices from the Swamp, Drain the Swamp. Oh, maybe it is Drain the Swamp for the political.
It's called Drain the Swamp with Sherry. And I got some other stuff up, in the works. But I have to, and I got memberships finally.
Oh, good.
And so the 14th is going to be my very first live members only show.
Oh, that's cool. I was supposed to do mine yesterday and I was so tired. I've been doing readings. I've been doing show every day and then making my oils from 6 o'clock in the morning. I was up till 1 o'clock in the morning doing it one day, and PD says, Deann, you need to sleep. You need to, but so I'm taking it a little slower now. So that's why we're a little bit out of stock. I got to fill them back up.
But also remember, take time for you. You schedule it for everybody else. Schedule time for you, just for you and your husband.
Yeah, I know. I need to do that. Poor Dale. He's so patient, I'm getting you guys' questions. Hey, Bora Bora, how are you? Thank you for being here. Thank you, everybody. I'm getting all the capital ones. If you didn't put it in capital, then I might not see it. Let's see. I thought they matured at 12.
Hi, Sherry. Hi, Bora Bora. Hi, Linda.
Let's see. Somebody said they rushed Lady G to the hospital, that she's not doing well. So everybody who didn't see that, please pray for Lady G. She's on with Lena Rodriguez and Hogarth. They do a show on Saturday and she has a channel of her own, Lady Ganja. She's really sweet lady. I hope she's okay. Everybody pray for her and I will too. And thank you for telling us. Okay, let's see. I'll stop here. I can always go back and get more if I need them. So I don't know what questions we have. I'm going to go to them, but I was going to tell you, I just saw, and it ticked me off because I have been a little behind on the news, that they decided to keep him on the ballot in Colorado. What the heck? You know, I mean,
Well, the thing is, it's the way when I originally predicted this about a month ago, I said they don't want to touch it,
mm-hmm.
and somehow they're going to hand it to Congress. So what they're doing is saying that the federal election has nothing to do with state elections, and so they say he can stay on the ballot, and then it has to go to Congress. So basically, that's what they're doing. At the same time, it'll be changed. Wait till
It
2024.
will be.
It's going to be
I
changed.
That's
Just
what
like
I
they
was
changed some
gonna
of the
say.
rules after January 6th, and the role of the vice president and all that kind of stuff has been changed. So it's not, I don't feel it's a bad thing, because I'd rather him be on the ballot and lose bigly. Because don't forget, I mean, Nikki Haley got 63% of the Republican vote.
I heard she
63%.
won in DC.
That's what I'm saying. In DC, she won by 63% of the vote
Wow.
compared to Trump, who had like 30 something.
Did he have a
So
fit? Throw ketchup?
who knows? Who knows?
His walls are probably all red by now.
Yeah, with blood, not ketchup. But no. So I mean, I do feel that I would rather him be on the ticket and lose really bigly than,
Yeah.
because then there'd be so many and there's so many conspiracy theories. Oh, they're doing this, they're doing that. But and also with the immunity thing with April 22nd, if you really, really, there's some really great reporting these last couple of days by Michael Popak on Midas Touch and
Oh,
Legal
yes,
Aid,
yes, I watch him all the time,
and
yeah.
also Glenn Kirshner with Brian Taylor Cohen, where they were saying that if you really look at what the Supreme Court is asking, they threw everything else away but this one sentence. And that, to me, signals that they want it so specific that the answer is no.
Yeah, they're gonna have people like Matt Gaetz and Marjorie Taylor Greene be the ones to decide, something like that. It is just ridiculous. He started an insurrection of the government. He tried to take over the government, and they still are gonna put him on the ballot.
Those people aren't involved. So and also with everyone saying delay, 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 I'm still reading that that's funny, Nana. That's funny. I was reading when I was looking at it that I still feel the January 6th trial will be held before the elections.
I do too. Let me see. I wanna see what I get. All right. Will the January let me just, program my pendulum real quick, because I was a little behind since looking for the dog. Show me no. Show me I don't know. Okay. Will So what were you saying? You're gonna ask about the election? Will they be Say
Will
that
the
again.
January 4th go to trial before the election?
Okay, will the January 6th trial go before the election? Yes. When will the January 6th trial happen?
September, end of August into September is what I keep
Will it
informed.
be August? Will it be September? Will it be August? Stop. Will it be September? I'm getting September. And they found out there is no law. They said, oh, they can't do something 60 days before an election. There is no such law.
That's just protocol, number one. Number two, however, if a trial is started before that 60 days, they can't stop it.
Oh, really? So if it's already started, they can't. I got ticked off about the Supreme Court or whatever saying that they would take, whether he has absolute immunity when it was already decided. And I know they cannot give him that. They cannot.
No,
Otherwise,
no,
they're giving it to Biden.
I'll be honest with you. I feel they did it because it's such an important thing. Their egos got in the way, and they want to have something in the books with their names on it. But he's
See,
not.
now my feeling was, and I'll check with my pendulum, I was feeling like he's got some friends in there
And they're going
who
to
are
delay
helping
it.
him out.
It looks
And
that way it does look that way, but I feel they could have taken it and done it within a week. But I don't feel it's as nefarious as everybody's thinking it is. At least that's the way I'm seeing it. So what do you say?
let me see. Did the Supreme Court take the case on absolute immunity to help Trump? Did they do it to help Trump? Yes. Did they do it just because it was an important case? I get that there's people that did it to help him, because they cannot say he has absolute immunity, but what they can do to help him, because it is majority Republicans, is kick the can down the road a
Right.
little
But the
bit and
thing
give
is,
him more time.
but basically, the Supreme Court is over. This session is over June 31st. And it's usually at the end of, when they put out all the rulings. So even if they wait to the end.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Chuckin had said that she would give them 88 days or 90 days, once it starts moving forward. However, she doesn't have to stick to that. That's not etched in stone. She could say there's been so many delays, we're moving forward in 40 days, 30 days, 60 days. So it doesn't really matter. It's still moving forward.
What about Cannon? Is she going to pause it, you think?
What I see with Cannon, well, the thing is, some of the stuff that's on the indictment against Trump with the records happened after he left the presidency. So there's no question about immunity.
Right.
So a lot of that, but she's playing the game. But I have always predicted at the end of February, she's going to do something that'll catch up to her and she'll get recused. I still feel her getting recused. I don't see her finishing the trial. Another judge steps in.
And what about how do I want to say this? Wasn't she going to allow them to have the jurors' names and stuff publicized? They were talking about that.
They were talking, but that's not going to happen.
That's putting them in danger.
But the thing is, the reason why that happened in Georgia was that was part of Georgia law.
That's part of Georgia law, but considering that he has given Fani Willis
but that's a state law with Fani Willis. What is happening with Judge Chuckin's federal. Mm-hmm. So I believe the rules can be different. I don't see the names of the jurors being given out or anything like that. Nobody's going to be doxxed. That kind of thing.
The jurors be given
with
out.
I think Cannon's going to be gone.
I'm getting the names of the jurors will not be given out. Will Judge Cannon be removed? I'm getting she's going to be removed. Mm-hmm. When? Show me when. Will it be in June? July? I'm feeling it's like July. Mm-hmm. So not June, but I'm getting July. She's going to be removed. She's going to do something that's going to make it really obvious.
I feel it also started back in February. And so Jack Smith is, making a list, checking it twice.
I always wondered who Stormy Daniels' pimp is or was. Oh, gosh. Well, how do you feel like, we'll do some questions, but remind me, I wanted to know how you feel about the Stormy Daniels case. I got a feeling, I've been feeling like, let me just check.
He's guilty.
Yeah, but will he win?
They already sent Michael Cohen to jail for it.
So the Stormy, yeah, they did. And they're saying, well, he's a liar. Well, he lied for Trump. Trump made him lie.
The thing is different now. It's all, we have Stormy Daniels coming up March 25th. It's also there's also a eclipse that day. So that'll be interesting.
Then, that's what I was thinking.
I still feel Fani Willis is not going to be removed from the Georgia case.
I don't either.
That's in August.
Mm-hmm.
And, so but that's also state, it's not federal. But I do feel that, and then New York, I see all the stuff that was in the civil trial is going to turn over to criminal. And Weisselberg just pleaded guilty for perjury today. So it's very interesting.
So you're thinking that the trial with the tax where he owes $400 and something million, you think the IRS is going to get him next?
Well, I think that Letitia James will get him next with having fire sales on some of his buildings. Mm-hmm. But
there was a rumor that his plane, his jet or private jet got taken, but then I looked that up and it said it wasn't true.
No.
But, I was kind of hoping, but I did get somebody wanted to know if any of his buildings or properties will be taken, for the money he owes by the end of the year. And I did get like 3 of them At
Yeah,
least we're going to be.
I got a yes on it. Yeah.
Mhm.
And
So let's. Okay. So getting it right. I'm sorry, guys. I had my questions too. I was wanting, and I thought maybe you guys were. I had a list of questions here, and there was some I did not get to when I had Lena and Mel on last night. So, what do you see around Biden's State of the Union address on Thursday evening?
it's going to be brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
Just like last time when he had the Republicans say, we're not going to get rid of Medicare or Social Security, and had them basically pledge. He's going to, I really feel it's going to start, he's going to be the statesman that he is, but halfway through, he's going to take the gloves off.
I hope so.
And I can see Marjorie Taylor Greene standing up and calling him a liar, and them being boisterous, and him just chugging along, ignoring them. Or maybe ad-libbing a few things that'll put them in their place. Like a drop.
Yeah.
I feel there's going to be a couple of mic drops.
I think so too. I think that there are going to be some Marjorie Taylor Greenes and stuff like that I got the tower, may try to cause some disruption, like they did before. Liar, and I loved how he handled it last time. I applauded and yelled when he said they go liar about the Social Security, saying that the Republicans wanted to take it, and her white coat and Boober or whatever.
Russian oligarch's wife with that coat.
Ah, yes. She looked like a, you know what, but starts with an H. But she was yelling liar and all that stuff. And he goes, oh, so you're not thinking of taking Social Security away. Well, I like converts. He says that then we all understand Social Security is going to be left alone. And they didn't know what to say.
And he had them basically pledge.
He had them pledge in front of everything. It was brilliant. I was so excited that he did that. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of negative talk, from the Republicans about it. Of course, they're upset. But he's going to talk about us being together and coming together. And he even said before, I'm not a president of the Democrats or Republicans. I'm a president for all Americans. So he's going to try to bring us together. He's going to talk about unity. Let's see.
He's also going to get them to agree to send money to Ukraine somehow.
Yes, I think so too. Yeah, he's got the Queen of Cups, which shows somebody who's gentle and kind. And that's why sometimes he is so soft-spoken and he is so humble. He's done so much that, if he would just be like Trump and brag, oh, I did this and I stopped student loan and I saved this and he would have lots to brag about, but he's not that way. He's just getting the work done, and so, but I wish sometimes some other people would speak up, because we don't want him to be a, braggy person like Trump. We voted for him because we like that he's the opposite of Trump. But because he's going to be gentle and sensitive and kind, very supportive. He's going to talk about some good news, things he does, where he wants to move forward with the country. He's going to make things optimistic. Everything's so negative. He's going to talk about new exciting plans and some bright ideas that he has to move forward, and trying to make things balanced there. How he's going to be, he wants to talk about peace and us just being patient. And I just think, I think it's going to be a great speech. I think he's going to do good. And I think he's a great president. And somebody had said, they always talk about him being old. They don't mention about Biden being only 4 years younger. But three? Well, some doctor who is I don't know if he was a psychiatrist or what, but he has seen many patients with Alzheimer's, dementia, and things like that. And they were talking about how, how they always say Biden is demented, he's old. Well, they said Biden is in good health. And at 80, I think he's 81, is it? 81? But they said it for an 81-year-old, his brain, yes, it's aging like all of us. I don't have the memory I had when I was 20 years old. But they said Trump brain, he's seeing clear signs of dementia and early Alzheimer's, and his father had that. And I got a feeling like it's going to get much worse. He can't say words, United States, and I don't pronounce things right. I've been corrected. I just recently of mispronunciations, but I'm not the president of the United States, and I don't put other people down, make fun of them for stuttering. He was making fun of Biden stuttering.
I know.
What a jerk.
I mean, as a kid, I went to speech therapy, so believe me, that's a very subject.
How many mothers saw that? Maybe they're Republicans and they have a kid with a speech impediment.
Yeah, but remember when he made fun of a reporter who was handicapped and nobody blinked an eye? So the whole MAGA people, they're just mean. A lot of them are mean.
And they are.
I just send out as much white light so they get it right,
They're everything you tell your kid not to do. You tell your kid, don't lie, don't cheat, don't steal, don't.
However, unfortunately, the kids of MAGAs, they don't think they're lying because this is what they've been told.
They believe it. Yes, I saw one that was saying about women, a kid, a teenager, looked like he was like 13 years old, saying, no, I don't think women should have the right to vote.
Yeah.
Like, what? Who do you know?
By the way, I saw a brilliant interview where they were talking to someone, and she was suggesting when people bring up, well, Biden's old, the minute you say, well, Trump's just as old, you're in that category of old people. So if somebody were to say Biden's old, it's like, yeah, but look what he's done compared to Trump.
I'm going to holler at my husband to get the dog. She's scratching at the door. He let her out of the room.
So what I was saying is just basically, you don't focus on the age. You focus on other things.
Right. Right. And with age comes wisdom. Why do we act like age makes people less than? Yes, you may be slower, walking slower, but there's a lot of wisdom with 50 years or whatever experience in government.
Cool. Julia Child didn't start until she was in her 50s. Cole Porter didn't have his first hit until he was in his 40s, late 40s. Yeah. And Mama Moses didn't start painting until she was 90.
Well, and look at me, I'm almost 60, and I would have never thought I was going to start a YouTube channel. I never even took a video before.
Well, sweetheart, I started at 66. I'll be 67 this month. So
you look good. You don't look like it at all.
Moisturizer.
Moisturizer? I have it. I just keep falling asleep in my makeup because I do stuff and I stay up late and I get so tired. By the time I hit the bed, it's like, I should take this off. So I'm going to have to be better today. Somebody told me you age 3 days every time you do that. Oh, sweet.
Well, but anyway, so what I'm just saying is it's just a matter of perspective.
Yeah.
POV. And what I've been telling, I have a few clients that are MAGA and they start yelling at me. And I said, well, I can understand why you feel that way. However, I don't go out and correct them.
Yeah, I went to the grocery store just last week, and there was a guy behind me, and he was talking about they need to just shoot Biden and they need to kill him. And I'm like, my eyes got, and he's right behind, he's talking to me like I was going to agree with him. And he says, everything was better before. And, and I'm like, well, people were dying of COVID and they were putting them in trucks, freezer trucks, and nurses had garbage bags on to keep because they didn't have protective gear. I said, I don't think it was so great. And I said, and yes, gas prices were low because nobody could leave their house. And he just, and then I thought, Deann, you should have shut up. I said it, tried to say it as nice as possible, not to get killed. And then I went into the hardware store, Ace Hardware store, and the guy started behind the counter that I was paying suddenly started saying, you see that $3.59 a dollar gas, yeah, we need to get rid of it, and started doing. I'm like, they think everybody around here is a Trumper. And I go, Well, Biden didn't make those gas prices. That's the greedy corporations. I said he tried to tell them to write a bill, to sign a bill to stop the gas companies from gouging us, and the Republicans refused. He got mad and just shook his head and walked away.
Gas is like $4.99 and over $5 here.
Wow. And it is high. It is high, but it's not him. It's the greedy corporations that know they can get it. And the Republicans want it to keep high, so it keeps Biden looking bad.
Well, it's also greed. It's just greed. Why should we bring our prices down?
If I can get it.
And the other thing that gets me is some states you have a minimum wage of $15.
Mm-hmm.
Now, for example, Pennsylvania is $7.50 is the minimum wage. If you have somebody working at McDonald's or something like that, it costs the same in one state as the other. So somebody's making a nice profit off of not paying that extra $7.50 to whoever the kid is, you know?
Oh yeah, and then my brother will say, well, if they raise minimum wage, then they're going to just raise the prices too, and yeah, that's probably true.
So,
but
that
they
money back. It starts a cycle,
It is.
and we have to cut it with the greed. Because then, why should we bring the prices down if people are willing to pay it?
It's like insulin. There were people dying, trying to spare their insulin, not giving themselves the full amount because they couldn't afford it. My mother at one time, that's why she moved in with us. She couldn't afford those strips. She couldn't afford the stuff. And he brought it down for seniors to cap it, I think at $35.
$35 a month.
Yes, and that's still a lot coming from a Social Security check, but still, before that, people were dying because they couldn't afford it. But the Republicans thought, well, you pay or you die. That seems to be, they don't care.
Well, it's like robbery, your money or your life.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is. It's threatening your life. You don't have the money, then too bad for you.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm so proud of Biden that he did that.
Now,
People need to speak up about that. So
now
Susan Baker, hello everyone. Hey Susan, will we find out what happened to the $2 billion that the Kirchners got?
Well, actually, it's a trust fund or a fund that he's looking over, like a hedge fund. So he's not touching it per se, but he's also paid like $1 million to oversee the fund every year.
I feel like it is going to come up
it's blood money.
It's blood money, and
it's
I
them
think
covering up Khashoggi.
Let me see when I think he's going to be indicted for this. I think they've got a lot on their plate already.
Look, they have to start with the head, and then the head of the snake, and then they start working down.
Will Jared Kushner end up being arrested? Yeah, he's going to get arrested. I've gotten this for quite a while, but I'll see. Yeah. Will he get arrested in 2024? It won't be this year, though. Will it be in 2025? It'll be in 2025 after we have all Democrats and they have gotten some of these.
However, I feel by the end of the year, there may be an indictment against him.
There may be. Maybe the court won't. I'm just
saying it may start with the indictment. Doesn't mean you're going to trial yet.
Will Jared be indicted in 2024? Will he be indicted in January? I'm getting January. So if it is 2025, it's going to be right at the beginning,
in between the two. That's what I'm getting here. So it's not like they just took the $2 billion. There's record of it.
I think he's going to go to prison too.
Oh yeah.
You think that too? $2 billion. They're going to find out stuff once the Democrats take over.
Money's in an account. It's not like they took bags of cash and hid it. No, it's But what I'm saying is, it's like a trust, hedge fund that he's overseeing. So, next question is
the
Bill
next
Barr
one is got a bunch of cute little what do you call those? Emojis with sunglasses. Is Bill Barr going to go to prison for any of his wrongdoings?
I get a no on that because he's gonna turn over so much. He's gonna flip like a flapjacket high op.
Yeah, he knew when stuff was going bad after that insurrection. He started saying stuff like,
He
"Oh,
started
well,
started
he
pulling
shouldn't
back.
be president, and he's incompetent," and said all this stuff about him. And then they said, "Would you still vote for him?" And he said, "Yes." It doesn't make sense, but I don't think he's going to jail. I do. I think you're right. I think he's going to tell some stuff because
I feel he's going to turn evidence. He may be on some type of probation, is what I get.
probation.
Hmm.
Yeah, that sounds possible. Will Biden ever be in or Barr be indicted? He's gonna be taken in and questioned though
Well,
eventually because
he
he
already has been, but there's more to come.
more. But he sat there like I was saying. He looks like evil Fred Flintstone, and he sits there, like this and scowl, like just like I don't give a what. But
Yeah.
he will later when they're gonna indict him.
Hmm.
So, Garden Genie, will the U.S. ever codify abortion rights?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Not
Yeah,
right
they
now.
will.
More like 2026.
You think 2026?
Or hopefully before that, but no later than 2026.
Will it be in 2024? Will it be in 2025? When? I think I'm getting, okay, October, November, December. Yeah, it's going into 2026. It's like December of 2025,
Mhm.
December of 2025, January 2026, somewhere like that.
Yeah, I said no later than 2026.
Mm-hmm.
Before that.
So you believe them saying the IVF is their children? So they're
Well,
putting children in the freezer?
they kind of stepped back from that a little bit.
They had to.
You know,
That was ignorant. That was so stupid. Like
you
they're
did see that France codified abortion rights in their uh, constitution.
oh, did they really?
Yeah, France did today.
I watched and they had something, a hearing, and they had a woman on there who was saying she was from Tennessee, I believe, and she was having a bad pregnancy. The baby wasn't developing, the heart wasn't developing, the lungs weren't developing, the baby wasn't going to make it. And she had a little girl and she could die if she had this baby. And the longer she waited, the more and the baby could not sustain life. Once it came out, it would immediately die if it even
Mhm.
lived that long. They would not, she couldn't get an abortion there. She ended up, they were, live paycheck to paycheck. So she ended up checking all the other states where it was legal, couldn't get in for weeks in other places. She finally found New York, could get her in. She had to fly there by herself. The baby ended up dying in her. She had to have an abortion by herself, couldn't have her husband, couldn't afford to have anybody go with her that far, had to go sit after recovery by herself, ride back in the plane after that, crying by herself, said she was so depressed she couldn't work for a week. And what did they do? They sat there and brought out a thing and started talking about how they take the baby out and how, right in front of her. Just no compassion. This lady was crying. She had named the baby. She wanted the baby, but she had to live for her little girl.
Well, somebody wrote me once, and I say this in a lot of shows. I would suggest everybody write their congressmen, senators, whomever, and ask them this question: when are these people going to be on trial for practicing medicine without a license?
Exactly. How can they tell a woman? There are women that are going to die. And then we have a woman who tried to go to the hospital a few times and then they ended up, she had a miscarriage and they arrested her.
And then the woman in Texas, and these are just the ones we're hearing about.
Yeah. Right. What aren't we not hearing about? There's
Mhm.
plenty more. We know that.
But
Oh,
yes, it will be codified, and like in France today, it was codified into their constitution.
and said, I think abortion rights would be returned if child support was heavily enforced. Or if men could get pregnant, there'd be no argument. No argument. But also with the IVF, I guess you should be able to get, if you have 9 embryo, you should be able to get support for them, claim them on your taxes. And you'd think that's child abuse, them being in the freezer, And I thought, well, what do they do if you have 9 and 2 of them take? Are you supposed to take all 9 babies? And have, it's just, they are not very smart. And I'm not saying I'm smart, but they're not very smart they don't know anything about a woman and her body. They shouldn't be making the decisions.
Like I said, they don't have a medical license.
No. When does Letitia have the right to start taking Agent Orange's properties? I think
when the bonds don't get, they're still trying to figure out the bonds.
Let's see if
and when the bonds don't happen, I feel it's going to be around June.
It's still a maybe on whether he'll make those bonds or not. He tried to tell him he wanted to give him $100,000, like he's going to tell the court what he's going to do. I'll tell you what, I'll give you.
Hey, it's Bob Barker from Let's Make a Deal.
I know. It's like, you don't barter with the judge. And you know what was stupid? He sat there and did all those things to that Ingeron. Remember how he had him threatened? He had his clerk threatened. If I was before a judge, I would be nice to that judge. I wouldn't be wanting that judge hating me, that's going to be sentencing me.
Well, because he looks down on everyone.
He thinks he's above that judge. He thinks he's above everybody. He thinks he's there's a thing, and I'm not saying this is true at all, you guys. I'm just saying, this is something I read. There is in the Bible, there's 15 things of what the Antichrist, describing what the Antichrist would be. Did you know Trump fits every single one of those 15?
Actually, did you see that on YouTube? Because I saw that.
I did. I've been watching them. Yeah. And so they said whether, one guy said he was an atheist, but he said, I just wanted to go through this and said, if you are a Christian, you should not be following him, because and all the deadly sins, sloth, greed,
Well, I always joke, but behind the joke is a hidden meaning. Remember when they had the golden calf that they were worshiping?
That was sacrilege, for sure.
Well, that golden calf, I say, has been melted down. And it's now a golden toilet.
Yeah, well, they had a golden Trump. Remember
that wasn't real gold. It was just paint.
But still.
I'm talking about the toilet that he has in his Trump Tower is a solid gold toilet. So that's where the calf is now. And they're worshiping Trump.
And I try to like everybody. I try to see the good in everybody, but it has been impossible with him. I have never seen anybody that repulses me. So, and I am trying to see, the good in everything. And then I sit there and I try to feel sorry and think, well, he didn't get love from his parents. His parents made him this way. But
I tell everybody, look, I surround him with white light, purple light, pink light, and a big bubble like in, The Wizard of Oz,
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't mean I put air in it. Anyway.
Yeah, well, I just hope he learns his lessons in prison. He can learn in prison, change his ways. I don't think it's going to happen though. Cynthia says, about Lady G. Thank you, Cynthia, for that. Possible bowel obstruction. Yes. Sending white light and healing energy and praying for a speedy recovery for Lady G. Thank you so much. And I'll pray for her tonight too. I'm not very good at praying out loud in front of people. I remember in Sunday school one time, they said, Deann, I was 9 years old. It said, it's your turn to pray. I'm like, I don't want to. I pray in my head. And they said, no, you have to pray out loud. It's your turn. I left. I'm like, no, I won't do it.
We kind of answered that already.
We did answer that one already?
Oh, it's regarding the State of the Union.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there's going to be some disrespect, I'm sure. I guess they swore in, was it the Democrat that was replacing the little liar?
Replacing George Santos.
Yeah. Little Liar describes him. But yeah, did you see Marjorie Taylor Greene sitting here like this? People were, he goes, and this is my wife of 30 years, and she's just so
You
like a
mean
sourpuss.
you mean My Tragic Girlfriend?
Is that your tragic girlfriend?
MTG.
Somebody else called her Marjorie Trader Green. I like that one too. Cynthia, oh, you got wine glasses. I read that Kate was spotted riding in a car with her mother. Is Kate improving? Is this the Prince? Are we talking about Prince William's wife? I'm not really. I didn't even know about that because
Oh yeah,
I
she's been
don't.
in hospital and it's been very.
I don't really follow
I
that.
feel she's not in a good place,
Hmm.
and for entertainment purposes only, I don't feel she'll ever be able to have children again with what she's going through.
She's not. I get that she's not. She's still not doing well. Is she
I don't
going to?
know if it was possible. I keep on getting in the ovaries or the stomach area. Again, I'm not the best with health, but that's what I keep on picking up.
Like endometriosis or something?
I don't know, but she will.
I don't know either.
I feel she's frail, she's fragile, and she doesn't want people seeing her the way she looks right now, which is fine.
Wow.
But I do feel it's touch and go, but I do feel she survives this.
And King Charles is sick too, isn't he?
He's got cancer, yeah.
He has cancer?
And I see him abdicating before he dies so that he can be around to help William with the throne. And I always feel like something about summer, I don't know if it's a coronation or something, or that's when he abdicates, but I always feel August that there's a transition of power there.
Will it be in 2020? Let me see what I get. Yeah, I'm getting close to you. I'm getting about September 2025. So right around that time. So it's terrible that I didn't realize that, but I haven't followed that.
That's okay.
Let's see, who will be the one who will introduce ETs to the US? That's a good question, Cynthia.
I can tell you who it won't be. It's not going to be Tucker Carlson.
Oh, maybe he is one.
No,
maybe he's an evil reptilian.
No, they threw him off the mothership years ago.
Huh?
They didn't let him get on the mothership years ago.
Oh, I can't believe he went to Russia and he's sitting here with this stupid little grocery cart. And look, I got bread, sniffing it. And he's
his family, he comes from money. So the whole thing's a joke.
Yeah. Oh, the prices. It only cost me like you ever worried about grocery prices in your whole darn life. And the Russian people, he didn't go to those neighborhoods where people are struggling. And the reason why the prices are cheaper is because they don't have any money. That's expensive to them.
Yeah, I don't see him calling Instacart. Let's put it that way.
No. I do get Instacart, but the only bummer is they double charge you, and you got to wait 4 or 5 days for the extra charge to come off. I could see them adding 15% or something, or 20%.
No, they just add. I don't know about you, but here it's just a little bit. They just, in case they have to cushion it a little bit in case some of the items that you want aren't there, and they have to buy something else that's more expensive.
So they actually double it here.
They don't double it here.
Oh, okay. Well, we still do it because like in the wintertime, it's just easier for us. So let's see. Who will be the one to introduce the ETs? Will it be the President of the United States? Will they enter? I feel like it's going to be the President of the United States that's going to tell us. Will it happen? Will it be in 2025? How many years? How many years before somebody introduces?
2027.
You're thinking 2027?
I feel there's going to be some unofficial things.
I'm getting about 5 years. Okay. So we'll see. I hope you're right because, well, if they're nice. I've seen some pretty scary alien movies, but I think most of them are, they've been hovering over nukes and they've been hovering over Israel and Gaza, I think. I think that they're trying to make sure we don't destroy ourselves.
Well, they're not going to allow Putin to use nuclear weapons.
Yeah. I
Anyway.
seen Trump talking about him. Did you see that Putin talked about the nukes? Said, you know, only I know how to handle Putin. This wouldn't be happening if I. It's like he would give Ukraine to Putin.
Oh, you don't have to be a psychic to know that.
Yes. No, you don't. And you know, I think Putin told him, now here's how, step one to become a dictator, turn people in your country against each other, you know, just
Well, there's so much disinformation out there that it is the Russian bots.
Garden Genie, silly question. No silly question, but does anybody know how the parties came to have a donkey and an elephant for our symbols? Well, that's a good question. Do you know?
I really don't know. I
I'm gonna
used
look.
to, but I would fail a 5th grade civics lessons, I think, at this point.
Let's see. Why do we have a donkey and elephant
Well, it's just like
as political mascots? Let's see if it tells it.
Just like, when did they start saying red and blue?
Yeah. Well, let's see here. It says the donkey and the Republican Party elephant have been in the political scene since the 19th century. The origins of the Democratic donkey can be traced back to 1828 presidential campaign of Andrew Jackson. During that race, opponents of Jackson called him a jackass. However, rather than rejecting the label, Jackson, a hero of the War of 1812, who later served in the U.S. House of Representatives and U.S. Senate, was amused by it and included an image of an animal in his campaign posters. Jackson went on to defeat the incumbent John Quincy Adams. Now, how did they get the elephant now? Oh, here we go. The Republican Party was formed in 1854, and 6 years later, Abraham Lincoln became its first member elected to the White House. An image of an elephant was featured as a Republican symbol in at least one political cartoon and newspaper illustration during the Civil War. When seen, the elephant was an expression used by soldiers to mean experiencing combat. But it didn't start to take hold as a GOP symbol until Thomas Nast, who is considered the father of the modern political cartoon, used it in 1874 in Harper's Weekly Cartoon. So, hey, now I learned something new. So thank you, Garden Genie. I never even thought about that.
Political emojis for 300, Alex.
Yeah. I didn't even think about that, you know, but that's not a silly question. That's a good question.
When you read it, it sounds familiar, but, you know, as you get older, you lose your memory, right?
Emilda Sunman. Oh, okay. This was a question for the chat, I think. Okay. I've seen capital letters. Is Trump being fed any false info to see where he travels?
To see where it travels.
See where it travels. You're talking about, is Trump the it?
No. Is Trump being fed any false info to see where?
Oh, I get it. Oh, to see if he, like when you tell somebody a lie, to see and say, now keep this a secret, and see how fast it gets passed down. We thought about doing that one time at work. I was going to tell them I was pregnant and tell somebody that, you know, gossip to see if they'd keep it a secret and see how fast that got through the office, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, let's see. Is Trump being fed any false information to see where it travels? I'm getting yes.
I don't think he would know it's false information. He doesn't know. So
I think when he was the president, he gave him, sometimes they didn't tell him things. Remember, they would take things off his desk and they would not let him see it.
Because he wouldn't read this stuff.
No, but they also was afraid certain things that he might, you know, do something crazy, you know, like bomb somebody just in the middle of the night. Decide.
Yeah, he used the classified documents, turned them over and wrote notes on the back.
I know, what a moron.
And that was after he was out of the White House.
Yeah. And he tries to make it sound like the Biden's the same thing. Well, Biden had class, but Biden didn't know. And as soon as he found out, he was like, here, Here.
He didn't obstruct justice.
No, he didn't stop them from getting it. He didn't
He did
hide
not.
them. He didn't try to move them around. He didn't lie and say he gave them to him and he still had them. It's completely different, but they try to make it the same. Let's see. Thought your reference to the peppermint patty was about Charlie Brown. I did too at first, Linda. I did too.
But I put a picture of York peppermint patty on my channel, on my community page.
I've been trying to, I said I was going to cut down on sugar, and I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm like the sugar monster. We've got somebody gave me us these, they're I don't like Kit Kats, but they are mint chocolate Kit Kats, and they kind of taste like Girl Scout mint cookies. And Dale put them in the refrigerator. Well, they're even better when they're cold, and I can't seem to. I'm going to have to tell him hide them, something. I'm going to be 100 pounds more if I don't cut this stuff out. Marianne D, love you guys. Love you too. Thank you so much, Marianne. What does Trump have on all these people that no one will stand up to him? What I heard from, what was the guy's name? That left.
Santos?
No, it was an older guy. He was in the Congress, and he decided to step down and not come back. Anyway, he wrote a book and everything about his time in the White House. I can't think of his name. One of you guys in
the guy that wrote the book that was about the I know who you're talking about.
Well, anyway, what was I going to say? He said that he was paying, I mean, I'm talking thousands and thousands of dollars for protection because he voted to impeach Trump. Well, a lot of the people, they were told, what about your kids? What about your family? Aren't you afraid for them? He is like a mobster that has a lot of them people that are level-minded at all. They're thinking they don't want to have death threats on their family, on themselves. But look at it, the women, a lot of them are the ones standing up. Look at Fani standing up, Letitia standing up. They have been threatened. They had to move. Her father was threatened.
E. Jean Carroll.
All these women, these men should be ashamed. They act like men. I'm sorry, I'm not talking to all men, but they act like men are the stronger ones and women are the weaker ones. Well, why aren't these men standing up and being the stronger ones then?
Like you said, let's see a man give birth.
Yes. See a man give birth. Have you ever seen those things they put on men where they let them feel what it feels like for a little bit to be in labor or to have a period, cramps, and they'll put it up just a little bit and they're like, oh, stop, turn it off. And the women, they turn it all the way. It's like, no, it's not so bad. No, it's not so bad. Women put up with pain every month, with, bleed every month, have cramps every month, have babies, push baby. And so they are a lot stronger. I think this patriarch society, I think soon it's not going to be so much. They're afraid of women. Women are getting in high positions. Women are being independent. They don't want that. So I think that I give credit to all these women that are standing up to Trump and not letting him bully them, no matter what. Even if their life is in danger, they think enough of this country that they're willing to risk that to do the right thing. So God bless them. But that's why I think. What do you think? Do you think it's the same thing, or? Not all of them, but I'm saying some of them maybe hate Trump, but they're afraid to go against him.
Did you ever watch Game of Thrones?
Yes, I loved it.
I'm sorry, not Game of Thrones. House of Cards.
Oh, yes.
Kevin Spacey, where his character had something on everybody. And I feel there's somebody next to Trump that is a notebook.
Yeah.
And has stuff on it from Lindsey Graham on.
Yep. And some of them, they love their power position. They don't want to lose it. And they're afraid Trump might call me a name. Trump might make that bully might call me a name. They're like little kids that are stick with the bully because they're afraid of him.
Well, he's met his match with.
I ain't afraid of him. I wouldn't be afraid of him. I mean, I don't understand. I just don't understand. I'll go to my grave not understanding how he ever even became president. Wrist, somebody said the men suffer from wrist cramps. Oh yeah, my husband or any man I know, they get a cold and they're dying. I'm sick. Can you get me a glass of water? And then I had surgery and I come home and it's like, you're
When are you
taking
gonna make
care
the
of the
roast?
kids. Yeah, what are you gonna make for dinner? The kid, taking care of the kid, taking care of the dog. Although Dale has been good while I've been doing this YouTube stuff, he's really been helping me watch the dog because she don't let me leave her side. That's why I was so surprised when she wouldn't come. Okay, so yeah, we did that one. So let's see. Sorry, guys, I'm so talky. I'm talkative today. This stuff gets me riled up. Trump's difficulties.
It's just his brain Swiss cheese. I'm sorry. I'm not a
Yeah,
doctor. Entertainment purposes only. He's nuts.
he is.
It's getting worse, and it's only going to get worse. And I go back to the very first show I did with Linda, and mentioned that it was, I think, July 17th, and I said, "Well, you have to be alive to be a president."
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm telling you, I still don't see him crossing any finish lines.
I think
Can I make a shameless plug while we're here?
yes, I did. I made a long shameless plug.
It's
Thank you
not for
guys for
me.
letting me.
It's not for me.
Oh,
Read it.
oh, I get that tomorrow.
Read it. Read it.
Have
It's
you started?
brilliant. I'm almost finished with it.
Really?
And she writes just like she talks, and she's
Oh, I
brilliant.
wondered.
It's
I
like
wondered.
sitting down and talking to her. It's
I
wonderful.
ordered it. I should have asked her to autograph it, for me.
Well, eventually we will, and I'll get the
Oh,
hard
I'll
copy
be
for that.
seeing her. I'll see her, yeah. When I see her,
Yeah.
I will. But I did order it and I get it Tuesday. And then I got a book that a subscriber sent me, and it was about life after death. And she seen I was having a hard time. It was Valentine's Day, and it was my sister's birthday, and my mother's
Mhm.
birthday was that month, and my brother-in-law. It's a lot of family members that have gone,
Right.
and so she sent me the life after death book
Oh,
and I
good.
got
Good.
it
That's when
on her birthday.
That's when I think I suggested Many Lives, Many Masters by Brian Weiss for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've got you. You gave me a list of books to read, and I've got the list. And I got to get these. I'm going to get these, and then I'm going to get those. And then I had a lady on the paranormal show, Natasha Rosewood. She's a British lady, and she's written all kinds of books too. And so she's got some cool ones. So I need to, if I got to find the time to read, is the problem.
Well, the thing with Trump and his pronunciations and slurring and all that, as we were talking at the beginning of the show, if that's not signs of mental decline, dementia, Alzheimer's, something is wrong, because
Yeah,
it all points to it.
that's what this
But then,
doctor said.
but then legacy media doesn't really report on it.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the doctor said he's seen many, many, many Alzheimer's patients, and we've seen Trump more than he's ever seen any one patient, and he's watched him over the years, and he said, yeah, he is showing obvious signs of dementia and early Alzheimer's. I get that he does have it, and he is suffering from some mini seizures. I believe. I'm not a doctor, but that's just what I'm getting. Um, I do feel like in May there's going to be.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. It's like
Gonna
I
get
don't see
worse.
any crossing lines.
Yeah. Yeah. I
We'll
think
see.
it'll get worse. Let me see. When is
Get the popcorn ready. I'll get the tub of butter from Costco.
I don't even know if he'll make it to June. I mean,
Well,
as far as to be able to continue on.
and that's why Nikki Haley's staying around.
Exactly why. Yes, she's hoping that he'll either be indicted or he'll, you know, his health will kick the bucket and then she'll take over.
Mhm.
And that's actually pretty smart of her because
I still
let's
don't trust her
see.
as far as I can throw my car.
No, no. She sounds good though. She sounds at least more intelligent than he
But
sounds.
when you listen to what she's saying, it's still horrifying. It's
It
all
is.
MAGA.
But she says it in a nicer way, and so she might be a little, might be just a little smarter than him, and we don't want her either.
Yes, yes, Linda, yes. We
Yeah.
talked about that earlier.
Yeah. Yep. I got yes on that one too.
September-ish.
Oh, yeah, Jenny, we sold out. I had a show a couple days ago and we had just restocked all our oils and we sold out. So I still have the brand new dream oil I was telling you about. You can email me if you have any questions. It's really good. And then I have 3 bottles of love, left. And then I'm going tomorrow morning and we're going to make a whole bunch more bottles. And we've got Wednesday, a brand new oil coming out. So we still have the custom ones. If you decide you want me to make one for you, you tell me what for and I'll make it. Or if you tell me you want something we don't have in stock, tell me, I'll make it. Or if you want, you don't know, you can just say, have the guides decide and I'll have them pick the crystals, and they do a better job, I think, than me. They're really good at picking. So yeah, we're doing good. Thanks to you guys. Thanks to you guys. Thank you so much, everybody who has tried those. And everybody's been telling me they really love them too. Trump's difficulties pronouncing common words are worse. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Just get a few more. Candidate Trump will be able to receive classified. Candidate Trump will be able to receive classified sensitive info. Will they give him accurate info? And will he try to sell it because he's in debt? That's a good question.
If he's a president, but they took him, he's not allowed to have classified information anymore. They do not give him the daily briefs.
Yeah, I think they quit doing that for him, Sharon, because I had heard because they cannot trust him.
Yeah,
they usually do that for presidents, but they can't trust him, so they don't do that. He's not
I'd
going
make
to
sure that was taken away from him.
Yeah, and so since he can't be president, he can't sell it. Right. Did you see his get a load of his shoes? His gold shoes.
Oh, you mean sneakers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those were hideous.
I mean, how many underage children in a foreign country are making those for him, just spray painting white sneakers?
USA. They're made in China. Yeah. You know it.
Like his ties and his shoots and everything else.
And then he went in front of the Black Republican the group, and he was like saying, "Oh, all I can see is black." And then he started saying, he thinks that he is one of them now, like they're going to accept him because I had a mugshot. How insulting!
Also, though, another time he said he wants to deport everybody and make America white again. So, I mean, come on.
He said that?
Similar. It's a paraphrase, but basically it was, that's what the white Christian nationalists want.
Wow. Let's see. Oh, Hilda Flores said, "Are these only political questions? If not, my granddaughter misplaced her wallet." Oh gosh, can you tell us if it's a lost cause? I'll read on that real quick.
It'll be found. Give it 2 days, and when you find it, it's going to be, oh my God, there it is.
Yeah, I hate that when you find something. I'm getting 2 days also on mine. And let's see, is it inside the home? I'm feeling like it's inside the home somewhere and that she's going to find it. So just keep looking. Look, I lost my dog a little bit ago. I've been looking forever, and there she was in the closet.
I think you skipped the question from
I did, because I wanted to get that one real quick up because she was worried. Okay, Jenny.
Yes.
Hi, fantastic duo. Can you see if interest rates on credit cards will drop? I feel so bad for the struggling families who are forced to use them. You're right, Jenny.
Well, I mean, I think it's criminal that some of them are at over 30%. But I do feel then they'll say it's your fault because of bad credit, but then they make have bad credit. But I do feel there's some banking laws being changed in 2025.
Yeah, I'm getting that they will too.
Be on top of that.
Once we get a Democratic House and Senate, and we will, things are going to get a lot better. Things are going to start changing. It's going to take some time, but they will. Let's see. We did this one. I don't know much about this one. In New Jersey, do you see Andy Kim beating Menendez in the primary?
Well, isn't Menendez the one that they had found the gold in his suit coats?
That's what I thought.
Yeah, so I'm not sure. I think yes, but I'm not getting it 100%, so I'm not sure. Is my
Yeah,
answer.
I think I'm getting Andy Kim. I don't know who it, but I'm getting Andy Kim because I think the other guy is in trouble. So, and people are going to think he's a crook and not vote for him because of that. I don't know the situation completely, but I'm getting Andy Kim. And so if that's a Republican, I'm sorry. Okay, it's been an hour, but I just get one more. What is Steve Bannon up to and what's his state of mind?
Insane.
He is crazy. I seen him standing up and just
Well,
acting like we're going to take democracy away kind of thing. And
he's, and don't forget, this is the guy that we raised money for the wall and then he stole it. So, he's up to no good.
he
He's
is up to
stoking
no good.
fires and just trying to keep chaos. He's agent of Captain Chaos.
Yeah, he's going to jail though. He's going to go to jail, I feel. But he's hoping, he's doing everything he can to get Trump elected because I am sure Trump told him, I'll get you off. You get me in, you stick up with, you stand by me, I'll get you off. So he is giving everything he's got to try to get Trump to win, but Trump's not going to win.
Nope.
He just looks like a crook, don't he?
He looks like Pigpen when we're talking about Peppermint Patty.
This is a funny one. Any backlash for Trump because of his gobbledygook word salad at his last speech? And he never says, oh, sorry, forgive me, I misspoke. I
That we
misspeak.
make mistakes.
I misspeak all the time. I mispronounce words. Like I said yesterday, I mispronounced a word. I had 3 people on there, telling me off about it. I'm not perfect, but at least I admit when I make a mistake. And if I'm corrected, I try to, but he just goes with it. If he mispronounces a word, that's the new word from now on.
Well, the thing is, he doesn't know he mispronounced it.
Yeah, and sometimes he'll go, oh, like he can't say, do you know there was a I don't know if this is true, you guys, and this is gossip, but on The Apprentice, I was watching this thing just yesterday, came up, and there was a guy that was on The Apprentice. He said that Trump, when they would give him a word that he could not pronounce, he would get so angry and then he'd poop his pants. And there was a guy that and it would be loud. And there was a guy who had to go change him. And his nickname was Wet Wipe, whatever his name was. And I just said, isn't that right? He can't even clean his own self up, has somebody to clean him up. But they said that's been going on for a long time. They said it was because of all the cocaine and, entertainment purposes only, allegedly. They said cocaine too, and Adderall and stuff like that, that after using that so much, that's what causes that, plus age, and he's had that problem for a long time.
He just froze for a
His
second.
people don't care. I froze?
Yeah, there you are.
Yeah, his people don't care. Okay. Oh, this one said, when my daughter was young, you had the entire, oh, Nan, I saw that. And you found her where? And under a bunch of stuffed toys? Oh, I was scared to death. I was crying. I was so glad we found her. She can be a pain in the butt, but she's my little pain in the butt, and I love her. She follows me ever, and she's bossy. She bosses me around. I'm supposed to train her. She's trained me. Yeah. I'll be making the oils. I'll be doing so. She'll come down. She's like, and she had every one of her toys by my feet. And then she gripes at me like, Mom, which one do you want? They're funny. They're like having a little toddler with fur. So you guys, we still got more questions, but we just don't have time to answer them all because we went over the hour. It was an hour and 14 minutes. And I promised my husband that I would get in there, but I'm gonna save these questions, write them down, because Wednesday we're going to be going on. I'm going on with Linda G and Meldor. And we're going to do political questions. We're going to do it pre-recorded. So I needed some questions. So I'll write you guys' questions down for that. Then I'll post the show after and it'll be live. Like we'll be in the chat, so I can talk to you. And this is what I'm going to try. I'm not used to doing the recording thing. So I'm learning to do that.
It's a lot easier.
Is it now? Is there a way that I can do the recording and I can send it to, like I did it yet with Lena and Mel. I did it, but I sent them the link, but how do they get the link to go on their channel? Do you know?
I have a program that downloads to YouTube, and so I just get a copy of
Like,
it.
would you know how to look to download it? If we did a show together, would
Well,
you know how to download it to my channel too?
yeah. Well, as long as you have the MP4, yeah. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, I don't even know what MP4 means, guys. So what do you got going on this week? Before we go.
Well, I'm doing Aloha Tuesday with Mel,
Mm-hmm.
so send any political questions you've got, and I'll be doing editing my show tonight. So hopefully by midnight Pacific time, it'll get up. If not, I'll be there tomorrow morning. And that was a show from Friday, but I go into a lot of stuff on it. And then I have clients, and if anyone is watching this, please go to Deann's page if you're not there. Like, subscribe, thumbs up, and put a comment to help the algorithms. And if you're on my page, Arthur Ease Your Mind on YouTube or arthureaseyourmind.com, you can go there. Like, share, subscribe, and comments are always appreciated. It helps our algorithms.
Yeah,
And
same here. If any of my people
we're both
are
on
here,
each other's channels right now. And I started memberships. So if you want to look at what I offer, just click the little join thing and it tells you. And that's it. And I'm kind of excited for next week.
are
Um,
you?
my twin sister's going to be in town.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's flying, but she and her husband were at a funeral. Funeral, same thing, a wedding in Hawaii,
Same thing.
and they're stopping over in Los Angeles. So I get to spend some time. I haven't seen her in 3 years. So
You haven't seen her in 3 years?
yeah, well,
Oh,
she's in
wow.
Pennsylvania.
Well, I was going to say, if any of my subscribers, if you've not seen Arthur or you're not subscribed to him, please go and subscribe to him too. I have his link down in the description box. And also, if you want to check out the site for the manifest oils, it's real easy. It's My Manifest Shop. So you can just go to Google and hit mymanifestshop.com, and I have it in the description box as well. And we do have the dream oil. You can look at all the oils and see what they are for. You click on it and then you'll be able to see a description. And they also have Afterpay, so if you wanted to get a few different things and you want to break it up into payments, or you're getting gifts, you can do that too. So, but keep an eye out, because I'll be sending out info when we get new in and when I get more of the other ones restocked. And so tomorrow I've got Debbie Dimmons. I've never met her before. And she's going to be on my channel at 6 p.m. And she is an animal healer. So if any of you guys have pets, it doesn't matter, cats, dogs, horses, whatever you have, and you have questions about their health or questions about the animals, and I think she's able to communicate. She's an animal communicator too. Come on that day tomorrow at 6 and see her. And I get to meet her for the first time. And then Wednesday, like I said, we're going to do Mel and Linda G are going to be on my channel, and we're going to do a pre-recorded show. And then Friday, I have a paranormal day, paranormal talk with Tanya. And I think we're going to do it, I think at 7 or 7:30. Mel Dorr is going to come on with us, and we're going to talk about intuition and how intuition has saved people's lives, and just some little spiritual and paranormal talk. And we want to hear your stories too about your intuition. If you ever had your intuition save your life or somebody's life, a feeling that you had about something. So we just do talks on Fridays about ETs, spirits, the ice wall, mermaids, any kind of subject you can think of for us to look up paranormal. We'll talk about it and read on it. So I hope you can come then. And I think, let's see, is there anything else I wanted to tell you? Oh yeah, Monday, Adam, he's an astrologer, is going to be on about politics. And so anyway, just for this week, but tomorrow come if you want to talk to somebody who knows a lot about communicating with animals, then come and see Debbie and give her some of your questions. So thank you, Arthur, for coming on
like
here.
I said, I'll be recording a show tomorrow with Mel. So if you want to stop by my community page and leave some questions, that'll help. Also,
yes. Oh, yes.
Also, I am hopefully going to the studio by the end of the month to finish my next guided meditation called
What's it going to
Slim
be?
and Shine, about shedding weight and getting into the perfect shape and that your body is. And also, if anybody wants a reading, just go to my website. You can make an appointment and take it from there. ArthurUseYourMind.com.
I forgot to say that. Yeah, if you want a reading from me, it's Deann's with an S, Deann's Shield Maiden Tarot at gmail.com. It's in the description page. If you do want a reading, just email me.
I also have it in my description page as well for you.
And I have memberships too, which I always forget to tell people. And so you can hit the join button, and it doesn't mean you're joining. It just means you're looking, and it tell you I have discounts on readings, and I am there once a week. I usually will do a show for you guys or do special readings for you. And we're just going to do different things. And like when I had the oils, they got first choice of that. And I had like a special gift thing for members. So we just do special things for members. So if you're interested, there's different levels. You can pick the one that works for you. And I appreciate it. Don't have to, but I appreciate it. We have a lot of fun. I like it because it's a smaller group too, and we all get to know each other. And I always have time to answer everybody's question.
Yeah. That's what I'm looking forward. My first membership show is going to be on the 14th, so I'm really looking forward to it.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I need to be a member. I want to be members of everybody's channel, but I just don't have time to watch them. Yeah. I'm going to slow down a little bit. I told PD, she says, Deann, you have to take one day off. I've been so busy, and I'm like, I
just told you, you schedule for everybody. Schedule some time for you and your husband.
That's what she says. She says, pick a day. And I'm like, all right, I'll take Saturday. So, but then I end up doing stuff on Saturday. So I got to work on that. I got to work on making more me time, but I'm enjoying doing this. So, it's fun to me, but I think my husband wants me to pay more attention. And so I'm going to do that. So he's a good one. I want to keep him. So, well, you guys have a good night. And thank you. Yeah, that's your problem too, Sherry, taking time off. Yes, me too. I get something in my head. I want to do it and it needs done. And I got to do it now. I can't do it next week. It needs done now, or I can't sleep all night thinking about it. So I got to work. I need an oil for that. So you guys have
focus.
Yes, I need to get one for that. So you guys have a nice night. I love you guys too. And thank you so much for everything and for being here. And I can't believe that, you guys take your time to come and sit and listen to us talk. And I feel like we're just one big family. I don't see you, but I feel your love, and I hope you feel mine. And we'll talk to you next time, hopefully tomorrow. And thanks for coming. And don't worry, I'm going to get those questions written down, and I'll try to get them answered for you, or email them to me, or I'll put something on the community page with Linda and Mel's a meme, and I'll ask you for questions. If you didn't get them read tonight, go over the community page and put your questions down, or put them in the comments, and I will write them down, and I will try my darndest to read on them for you. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Sending hugs. Bye-bye.